Status report?
The last few months on Okinawa have taken their toll.
Morale is low. It's the rain, sir. And the mud. Tanks are getting bogged down. Supplies aren't getting through. We can't even get the wounded out. Yes, sir. Understood. I'll tell them in.
You're up. We're moving out.
What's the skinny?
Major Gordon's ordered another attack on the enemy stronghold beyond this ridge.
Any word on supplies?
They're coming.
When?
Just get up the hill, Polanski.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our Call of Duty World at War Let's Play. Today we continue our assault with Blowtorch and Corkscrew.
We got a heavily fortified MG in that bunker. Spread out.
Alrighty guys, we got some tall grass over here. Obviously, as we know, the opposition tends to really hide in this kind of setting, so we're going to have to be a little bit careful. Those makeshift ghillie suits, we don't want to be stepping on anybody, considering that that doesn't really make our life any easier, and if anything, it makes it more challenging.
Return fire! Miller, burn the grass!
As of the moment, we're laying down some fire, obviously trying to melt all of these guys in their little hidey holes. Of course, we're actually going to jump in a little hidey hole ourselves, get away from that frag grenade, considering that they tend to do quite a bit of damage. Got one that's basically adjacent to us, so again, we're going to get back down, try to burn these guys a little bit more. Looks like the range on the flamethrower isn't terrible. Now, of course, in real life, I'm sure we'd been able to reach quite a bit further, but beggars can't be choosers at the end of the day, and so if we can reach a little bit, we're going to take full advantage of the range that we do have. Looks like we do have a couple more gentlemen that are actually hiding down there. That dude appears to be cooking some kind of frag grenade, or at least reloading. Alright, so at the moment, we actually need to be using these little hidey holes to kind of conceal us from all of the bad guys over here, because obviously they tend to kind of really hurt us quite a bit, and obviously we're not really a big fan of that. Now we're going to try to crouch behind this rock over here, utilize some of this natural cover, because you can't really beat natural cover. I mean, natural is always the best, right? Gotta be careful of these guys. Obviously at times we do hear some war cries, and at the end of the day, we don't really want to be finding ourselves getting sticked by one of these guys, because that would just be very bad. It hurt a lot. Not really looking for that, so it's not really the reason I joined the Marines. So at the end of the day, let's try to stay away from that as much as possible. As you guys can see, a couple of guys behind this little area over here. We're going to try to cook a frag grenade. We do have our sergeant that walked right in front of us, which could have ultimately been very bad. Looks like that was a pretty good frag grenade, if I do say so myself. Really trying to set the area ablaze. We don't really want anybody to be coming up behind us. If we can kind of hurt some people in the process, I'd say that's probably a pretty good day.
Miller, pop smoke.
Alright, so we actually do have the Browning as a secondary. We do have quite a bit of smoke down, so let's end up moving up. Gotta be careful, I do hear some war cries over here. That guy actually got a little too close for comfort. Now, as of the moment, we're dealing quite a bit of damage. We do have a dude right in front of us, which was definitely not planned. Obviously, that could have ultimately resulted pretty bad for us. Let's actually move over to the right-hand side, because we know we have some friends over here. We should probably switch over to our MG. I think we're probably going to end up finding a little bit more success that way. Of course, we should probably get some more smoke all the way up there, just because that MG is actually causing a lot of problems for us. That dude is one crack shot, I will give him that. Now let's utilize this time to actually get moving, considering that we're not really going to have much more time.
Through the cave, there's more bunkers up ahead. Bullseye!
Alright, so we're looking actually pretty good. I think we were able to get rid of a lot of those guys, which at the end of the day was our main goal. Now, we are finding ourselves in kind of a sticky situation over here. We do have a waterway, which usually indicates that we're going to have some friends that are lurking below. Man, you just definitely can't beat the Browning. Such an iconic weapon, does so much damage, and at the end of the day, that's really all you can ask for. I mean, heck, we're hitting these guys one time, and they're basically exploding into a pile of just guts and blood. I mean, you can't really beat that. When you join the Marines, it's kind of one of the reasons you join. You know, you want the heroism at the end of the day, but also, you kind of want to use these cool weapons that maybe you wouldn't have access to otherwise.
We got 3 active bunkers. Miller, flank around and clear them out. I see him. Dead ahead.
Alright, we're going to get rid of those guys real quick. I actually might switch over to, I think, our machine gun, considering that we do have some things that we need to worry about. One of the nice things is that if we happen to see people behind cover, we should be able to shoot through at least stuff like that, those boxes over there. I think we actually were a pretty good shot on that guy. I think we shot him right in the head.
Throw a satchel charge. Get to it, Miller. Take out that bunker. They're coming this way. One down. Keep on it.
As you guys can see, it does appear like we have a guy coming in to try to stick us, obviously. That didn't quite work out in his favor. What a poor soul. I do give him props for trying. I mean, that's really all you can ask for at the end of the day. Basically took that dude's leg off. Obviously, he is armless at the moment. So we're actually going to flank up here, see if we can burn some of these guys out of their hidey holes, of course. Looks like we got some pretty good fire down over there. Obviously, we got a couple more gentlemen over here, but they don't really stand a chance when we're able to rush in like this. That was one of those scary frag grenades. Obviously, we had to get away from that as fast as humanly possible. Fortunately, we were not quite able to get that in there nicely. Let's get a little bit closer and see if we can stick it in there.
Outstanding, Miller. Only one to go. Finish the job.
Thought that private might have been an enemy there. He was kind of running after our sergeant pretty quickly, so I got a little worried. You know, at the end of the day, we don't want to lose our sergeant. The moment we did get dazed quite a bit from that, so obviously I had to take a little bit additional cover. Obviously, we're going to kind of get rid of some of these guys before we move up, because we don't want to be caught in between a crossfire here. That would obviously hurt us quite a bit, hurt some of our comrades, and at the end of the day, I don't want to be losing anybody. You know, we got all these brave souls that are pushing into this particular region. That was the wrong hole to come out of, guys. Probably should have tried a different area.
Last one's taken out. Good work.
Alright, let's get a quick reload in here real fast. Obviously, we still got explosives kind of all over the place, hurting us a little bit every here and there. But it looks like we were able to secure the area pretty well. Most of our comrades survived. Can't really complain.
What do we do now?
We keep moving, Polonsky. Let's go. Our tanks are moving up. Convoy won't be far behind.
Now, as of the moment, looks like we got some riflemen over here. Obviously, we got some mortars that are actually kind of pinning us down a little bit. We're going to try to utilize this tall grass to kind of sneak our way to victory. Be all sneaky beaky like.
Robot! We can flank him! I see pants around either side! He's dead! They're coming straight at us! We need some cover! That's the best they can do? MG!
Now, if we look around a little bit more, it looks like most of the guys actually appear to be over on this left-hand side. I don't know how that dude survived that shot. I mean, If I got shot by a Browning, I think the last thing I'd be doing is worrying about what's in front of me. Got a couple of riflemen that are actually kind of securing the area. I'm actually going to move across this really open area over here, which is probably not the best idea at the end of the day, but beggars can't be choosers, you know. Looks like we actually might need to flank actually over to the sides over here. At the moment, taking a little bit of small arm fire. It looks like by a couple of gentlemen over here. Obviously going to drop those guys like there's no tomorrow. That dude actually appears to still be alive a little bit, but he's obviously not going to survive. There is a dude over there. Lay down some suppressive fire. Actually, I think I might actually move over to the right-hand side. There appears to be a little bit less fire over here, and reinforcements are a little bit more scarce.
Don't get too comfortable. No problem.
Alright, let's actually double time it and see what we can find over here. Might be hearing a couple of guys over there, but we do have some squad mates that might be able to secure the area a little bit for us. Looks like we do have a gentleman over here, so I'm going to quickly get a frag grenade in there real quick and see if we can deal some pretty good damage to that guy. Man, they had a little bit of a trap there for us. I was not really anticipating seeing a bunch of guys come out of nowhere. Obviously, we could have broke out the flamethrower, but I didn't feel like we actually needed it this time around. Still got a couple of guys that are actually retreating over there. Obviously, we're going to spend some time and use some of our prestigious ammunition to take those guys out. Feel like there's a guy right there. We're going to shoot him right in the head.
Good work, people. The Major's convoy is en route. After this, we'll be on Easy Street. Whatever you need! Lay some covering fire!
This is probably not the area to be using a flamethrower, so I think we're actually going to switch back over. You know, I wasn't anticipating to see walls on all sides of us. Obviously, that does make things a little bit more tricky, and I feel like we could probably hurt ourselves more than we're going to actually take out the opposition. Make sure there's nobody kind of hiding behind that. Obviously got a dude with a little bit of an MG over there. Several reinforcements, but unfortunately they allowed us to kind of mow them all down so easily because they decided to run right in front of each other. Always a bad thing. Don't recommend, just in case you guys were curious. Like we got something over there, a little system that actually might have fell down at one point or another. Kind of move around here real quick, trying to pepper that trigger a little bit. Checking all of our corners, make sure we don't have any bad guys lurking about, but we're actually going to climb to victory up here and see what we got on top. Definitely got to get a double tap on that guy just to make sure he's actually dead. You never really know anymore. People tend to come back from the dead, which is a little crazy. Got a frag grenade on us. Obviously, let's do a little bit of repositioning. Actually, a couple of grenades kind of all over the place. These guys are big fans of their frag grenades, so I'm going to try to back up a little bit more. Having some difficulties actually locating a couple of guys. Shoot that dude basically in the head, and that should be more than enough. Actually, let's switch over, considering that we're so low on ammunition.
The ladder, double time! I want this area secured!
It's like several more guys, couple of guys over here, gentleman over there trying to utilize one of those boxes. I mean, come on, man. You really think that was going to work? Got to speed up the reload a little bit on that. We started to get a little worried there. Wasn't sure if we were actually going to become a human shish kebab or not. Man, that dude's got one crack of a shot there. He actually just mowed down our friendly. Got a couple of good shots over there. Another dude. It looks like our private actually ran away from that dude. I mean, he almost allowed us to get literally stuck by that dude. Not much of a team player, I guess you could say. Alright, I'm gonna get another reload in here real quick. Obviously, we got our back that's looking okay. Not really seeing anything I think that's gonna come up from behind us necessarily. Obviously, gotta kind of Continue to be looking forward because it seems like a lot of these guys actually kind of are lurking about. Looks like we got a couple of guys over here. We're about to find this dude with his MG nest. Alright, we got one more ladder up here. Let's see when we get to the top. Obviously, a couple of guys, mortar system, all the goodies.
Outstanding, Marines! Out-fucking-standing!
Now let's get out of this damn hole and start dealing with our wounded.
Miller! Get over here!
Hold on, kid. We're gonna get you out of here.
Help me get him on the truck. We're moving out!
2,
You
3.
leaving?
Push ahead and take Sherry Castle.
But we're running on empty here.
You'll have a supply
It's
drop
not bad,
in the
okay?
Tomorrow? How the hell are
Look
we
at me.
supposed to hold out till tomorrow?
Not bad.
This is bullshit. You hear this, Sarge? We ain't getting shit till tomorrow morning.
Intel says Sherry Castle is mostly deserted. Look on the bright side. After this, you boys will probably get relieved and be on the boat home.
Yeah? That's what we thought after Peleliu.